Hi, so this slide presentation will talk about analyzing problems about keeping or dropping a segment or product line. So we must first define some terms before we proceed with the sample problem. Direct costs, these are costs that directly relate to a segment or product line. If the segment or product line is eliminated, direct costs also disappear. So, pag sinabing direct cost, ito yung mga costs and expenses na talagang direktang nakakabit dun sa product line na yon or dun sa department na yon, na kapag inalis mo yung department or inalis mo yung product line na yon, mawawala rin dun yung mga costs na to. Let us have an example. Halimbawa, naka-enroll ka sa research course. So if you will drop your research course, the expenses related to your thesis will disappear. So itong mga expenses related to your thesis, these expenses may be described as direct costs of your enrollment in research course. So ito yung simpleng analogy lang. So, kung naka-enroll ka sa research course, di ba, nagtitesis ka, nagpiprint, di ba, nagbabayad sa mga technical critic. Kung idadrop mo siya, mawawala rin yung gastos mo sa technical critic, sa printing, etc. So, yung gastos mo sa technical critic at printing ay direct cost ng iyong pagkaka-enroll sa research course. So, that's a simple analogy there. Second term, allocated costs or common costs. These are costs that relate to the company as a whole. So they are allocated and shared among segments and or product lines. They do not disappear or change when a segment or product line is eliminated. So, itong mga allocated cost ay costs na related sa buong company mismo. So, hindi siya related directly sa isang department or isang product line lang. So, related siya sa buong company at ang ginagawa lang ng company is using a mathematical formula or a logical basis ay dinidistribute lang siya, ina-allocate sa mga iba't ibang departments or product lines. At ang isa pang distinguishing feature nito, kapag yung isang department or product line ay inalis, hindi mawawala yung allocated cost. No? They do not disappear. Instead, they are just reallocated. So let us have an analogy again as an example. If there are 3 tenants in a boarding house that rents for 3,000 a month, each tenant will pay 1,000 pesos each. If one tenant leaves, the 2 remaining tenants will pay 1,500 pesos, but the rent total is still 3,000. The rent is comparable to allocated costs because it does not change or disappear even if one tenant leaves. So, ang ginamit kong example dito yung medyo makaka-relate yung iba sa inyo, no? Yung nung tayo wala pang pandemic is nag-rent kayo ng boarding house. So, kung tatlo kayo dun sa boarding house na 3,000 a month ang renta, so normally hati-hati kayo dun, tigi 1,000. Pag umalis yung isa, so dalawa na lang yung matira, tig 1,500 sila. Pero hindi naman nawala yung or hindi man lang nabawasan yung 3,000 na rent. Kumbaga, naiba lang yung pagdi-divide, pero yung total niya, ganun pa din. So this is an example of an allocated cost. Hindi siya nawawala kahit mawala yung isang tenant. No? Naiiba lang yung amount na ibinabayad ng mga naiwang tenant from 1,000 naging 1,500, pero yung total niya, ganun pa din. So let us have this example. I want you to read this silently. So, ayan. So, ano yung problem nitong si Kelly Peck, no? So, meron siyang department store, meron dong paint department na sa tingin niya ay hindi naman nagko-contribute sa overall na kita ng department store. So, gusto na niyang alisin yung paint department at papalitan niya ng peanut butter boutique. So, ang tanong is, tama ba yung gagawin niyang decision given the data here on the next slide? So, yung paint department, no, sa unang tingin, para siyang net loss na 1,000, yung bandang baba, ano, negative 1,000 yan. So, please note the negative sign there. Baka hindi masyadong nakikita dyan sa inyong screen. So, yung paint department, sa unang tingin, parang hindi naman siya nakakatulong, ano? Ang binibigay niya lang sa buong department store ay lugi, no? Kasi negative 1,000 siya. Tapos doon sa last column, nandyan yung proposed peanut butter boutique na sa unang tingin din, ano, ay magbibigay ng positive 1,000 na income doon sa business ni Kelly Peck. So, yan ay sa unang tingin or first glance lang. But if we will analyze this closely, maaaring magbago yung ating decision. Ano? Kasi kung ito lang ang titingnan mo, yung net income, baka sabihin mo, ay, oo nga, yung paint department, negative 1,000 ang net income. So, tanggalin na lang, palta na lang nung peanut butter boutique na ang potential income is positive 1,000. Pero dapat natin siyang i-analyze, especially yung allocated expenses. So, dun sa aking discussion kanina, di ba, yung allocated expenses, hindi naman siya talaga nawawala kahit alisin mo yung isang department. Ano, lumilipat lang siya, no? Naiiba lang yung division, kagaya ng example natin dun sa boarding house. So, dapat, using that idea, ano, ang criteria natin sa pagde-decide kung dapat bang tanggalin yung paint department ay ito. A segment or product line must not be eliminated if its segment or product margin is positive. So how do you compute for the segment or product margin? That will be revenue less direct expenses. Mapapansin mo, meron tayong highlight dun sa direct expenses. At sa direct expenses, hindi kasama yung allocated expense. Di ba? Kasi yung allocated expenses, I have said, hindi siya direktang related sa department na yon. Kahit alisin mo yung department na yon, lilipat lang siya. So, ang dapat lang ibawa sa revenues ay direct expenses. Now, balikan natin yung previous slide. Para ma-shortcut, ang gawin na lang natin is from the net income, aalisin natin yung epekto ng allocated expense sa halip na gamitin yung formulang revenues less direct expenses. Kasi yung revenues less direct expenses, masyadong mahaba. Magsisimula ka sa dun sa taas, dun sa sales, less cost of sales, less direct expenses. Ang mas mabilis ay from net income sa baba, alisin mo yung epekto nung hindi dapat ibawas na allocated expense. At yun yung gagawin natin. So, let's now analyze. Ito ulit yung table natin. So, para sa paint department, ang gagawin natin, from negative 1,000, aalisin natin yung epekto nung minus 4,000. So, i-add back natin yung 4,000. So, for the paint department, net loss na 1,000, ibabalik yung ibinawas na 4,000 na allocated expense, kaya ang kanyang segment margin ay 3,000. The same will be done para dun sa peanut butter boutique na pinopropose. From the net income na 1,000, ibabalik natin yung 1,000 na allocated expense. So, let us do it. Ito ay paint department pa ito. So, nasa next slide. Peanut butter department, yung net income niya is 1,000. Ibabalik natin yung ibinawas na allocated expense, kaya ang kanyang segment margin ay 2,000. So, ano yung ating conclusion? Comparing the paint department segment margin, which is 3,000, with that of the proposed peanut butter department's margin na 2,000, it is not wise to replace the former with the latter. So, ang ibig sabihin, hindi tama yung nasa isip ni Kelly Peck na yung paint department ay alisin at ipalit si peanut butter department. Kasi si paint department, mas mataas yung segment margin. So this ends my discussion about the keep or drop a segment or a product line. Please proceed to the last installment of this series about shutting down temporarily or continuing operations.